because people are watching to see what you're doing. Did you hear what I said? People are monitoring you to see what you're doing. Do you feel it? When you hear, trust me, do you believe it? Be kind to yourself. You get to remind yourself that you're worth it all and more. Take a deep breath with me. Drop your shoulders. Check on yourself and honor all your feelings. Do me a favor. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, okay? To put this out to more people. So more people can hear this message. If it blesses you, okay? Are you ready to transform and disconnect away from the things that cause you to feel less than? Grab yourself a copy of the Cycle Breaker Reset. Check in the description pinned below or the first pinned comment. I thank you so very much. There will be times when you know that you did the work that needs to be done, but everything just is gone. The fear of completely starting over kicks in because in essence, that's all I've been doing is starting over and over again. But this time it was different. I remember my spirit guide told me last night, slow down. Because what happened was panic came in. And when panic came in, panic is like when I was saying with the women that I assist with the giving the female product so they could come out of the shock mode to go in the parasympathetic system. And when it came, I heard it so clear again from my ancestors and my spirit team. Slow down. And when I slowed down, I was about to do something. I said, nope, don't do that. You don't know the conclusion of the whole matter. Wait until you hear the conclusion of the whole matter, then you can move. I said, don't rush, look around. It could be a mix-up, and it was. The first person was like, you're going to have to pay that fee. And I said, I did it just like I did with them doctors. Just because you say that don't mean nothing. God is always my first and second opinion. I'm also listen to what you have to say because you can see stuff on the X-ray and MRI. But when it don't line up with God, I say, whose report will you believe? We better believe the report of the Lord. Whose report will you believe till? We shall believe the report of the Lord. His report says I am free. His report says I am healed. His report says I am free. His report says victory. Look at all them chill bumps, honey. And let me tell you something. Whose report you gonna believe? And I believe the report of the Lord every time. That's Paul Wilbur, just in case you want to know that song. That's not what I wanted to hear, so I looked for the second opinion. The second opinion kicked in and told me everything was fine and put more security to my website. Honey, let me tell you, I couldn't find my website for it was just gone. And I know everything was taken care of, honey, and I added some extra protection. So just in case it try to happen again, won't psychoberry. Okay. The moral of the story is feel every emotion. Honey, let me tell you what I did. I ain't gonna lie to you. I sat there and I cried because I said, wait a minute, I done all that work. And then I said, okay, let's calm down. Let's calm down. Before we bust a gasket, let's calm down. But at first I had to, because I was on hold for like 10, 15 minutes, so I said, feel all these emotions. Child, I cried, snotted, everything. Got it together. They came on the line. I was like, yes, hi. Got to pull myself together. Stay calm as possible in the midst of the problem. Take that opportunity to feel everything while you can. Do not spiritual bypass, because this will bite you in the butt. It'll bite you in the butt, and that door is going to close you. You're not going to be able to go through the door. Staying calm keeps the mind fresh and clear to flow. And remain thankful no matter the outcome. God will make a way if we say we believe. I did my Bible reading today, but I'm a paraphraser, okay? Remember this, because it was really good today. It was really good. Remember this. When God wants to grow you, he will take you through a Job experience Stay grounded and keep moving. The thing is this. The people around you don't know God is moving you up. And so they will send their attacks as well. Take that on like a trooper. Let me tell you why. Because everything is a test. God is challenging you, and he also gave them a chance as well, and they failed the test. They showed their jealousy, their envy, their bitterness, and all of that, and God's like, don't focus on what they doing. You focus on yourself. God said, I'm going to take care of that. Because he said, I was just showing you who was in your midst so you could see it for the truth and not see the lie no more. And I said, well, say less. So when God puts you in a Job thing, release everybody. Mama, sister, brother, daddy, uncle, auntie, grandma, granddaddy. If they ain't aligned with what the mission is God sending you, let them go. Symptom today. Woo, that felt good right there. I thought my website was gone because I couldn't find it, shout out if they come. But that just lets me know the door that was in front of me. I don't think that was my door. Because that website been up all this time, but all of a sudden it just flew out of the water. Okay. I stayed calm, although I wanted to flip out because so much was happening. Let me tell you, there was so much that was happening, y'all. There was so much that was happening. The power had went out. The water was acting wonky. Willy Wonka chocolate. I said, oh my God, you sending everything at one time. I said, this must be a threshold or something. I said, hold up, Renetta, pull yourself together. Pull yourself together. Then I just started saying, F it. What I gotta do? Man, I put that thing in overdrive and I just said, F it. Like I was in a race car. Like I was in a F1 race car. I was like, when I put that, oh, I love that sound. Okay, I put that sucker down. I put the pedal down. I said, I'm running over everything that's in the way. I allowed myself to feel all the emotions while on the phone call. Fire is on my crown right now. It's been like it all day and all through my body. Like Jeremiah said, it feel like fire shut up in my bones. Okay. I feel like so much pressure is on my body. It's like pressure pushing this way, pressure pushing this way, pressure pushing this way. It's just pressure. It's like compression. It's just so much pressure. Then I'm getting chill bumps all day too. And then at the same time, I'm getting dizziness. And guys like, just hold the line. Just hold the line. I'm compressing all these timelines that you have left. And now all your energy is coming back to you. And the reason why you dizzy is because I'm shutting down all them timelines. And all your energy is coming back. And it's coming back to you so fast. And it's coming back so fast that it's making your head spin. It's like a whiplash turn. Okay. So many body sensations. My ears was ringing and so much was going on. I was listening to my spirit guides about slowing down. And then after I slowed down, they said, hit it! And I was like, I was telling myself light and darkness can't live together at the same time in different people. We can balance them, but people of different energies just don't match. They see me, but pretending that I'm not who I am. And I said, don't pretend to yourself. You know who you are. Don't depend on others to do stuff for you. If they fall off, get up and go yourself. No anger, no bitterness. This isn't about control. It's about saying what is yours in your mental flow. You won't let go. Let go. Let them. But don't let go. What you're going to do is saying what is yours in your mental flow so you won't let go. Then release when needed. Let go to come so it can come to you. Pressure burst pipes. Where I am now is pressure so hard you get dizzy because God is collapsing timelines. When I say collapsing timelines, the people that didn't make a decision, oh, shanky dank, shiitake mushrooms is all I can say. Oh, sugar honey iced tea. That's all I can tell you right now, because if they didn't make a decision, those timelines are collapsing. And I'm sorry if you didn't make a decision. That's when I pulled back and I took a nap. Honey, it was needed because everything was just going. Honey, my body was going, everything, and the timelines were coming, and then I heard, shut it down. I was like, we were going like 150 miles an hour, and I was going around that curve. And then I heard shut it down. I was like, and I came to the pit crew and just said, okay. It's not a race. Then I got back to it. It's not a race, but only at my pace. And for some odd reason, closer than we got to the end of the day, God started pushing me going fast. I said, wait a minute. What we doing? He said, get the brakes off. And I put my feet up. Because I had on my Flintstone brakes. I was trying to stop like Freddie Flintstone. God said, put the brakes up. And I put my brakes up. And he was like, I'm in charge. He was like, we went around this so fast. So when you start moving so fast, just put your feet up. Let God take over. I was taught in the military to run towards the chaos. Remember this. The bomb never goes off at the sore spot. That's what they told us in the military. When the bombs are going off, run towards the bomb. The bomb will never go off at the source. It'll always go off where you're trying to run away from it. That's where it's going. When you run towards it, it ain't going to blow up itself. Unless the cannon or whatever they use it blows up. And then everybody gone. I was in a place today where I said, F it. If it leaves, let it. Let it go. And I went with my intuition. No approval. Just go. Once you said, I did. And let me tell you, I did. Once I said F it, man, I said F it and let go. Ideas was like, grah. I was like, wow. I'm talking about, I was like shaking like this. Because the ideas was coming so fast. I know I seemed like crazy, but it was like crackhead energy just showed up. Like, ideas just kept coming and I was getting dizzy. I was sitting in the chair like, The dizziness was really strong. I feel like someone was picking me up and moving me as I was doing things. I went to go wash dishes and I said, well, let me go sit down for a second. Because I felt like I was being picked up while I was washing dishes, but there wasn't nobody in there. But I felt like I was being picked up. And I said, well, let me sit down so you can do what you need to do. Oh, God is on the move. And if you made a decision, stay focused. Don't get off focus. A lot is going to happen. When I tell you a lot is going to happen, let them go. Don't hold on. Let them go. Let them go. Let them go. And keep it moving. Don't forget to vote for me for the Entrepreneur of Impact. I appreciate so very much. And if you don't get a chance to do so, it's okay. Don't forget to sign up for the class on 4/26/26 at 8 p.m. I would love to see your face in the place. That way you get to see me face to face. Okay. And don't forget to download the copy that's in the description or in the first pinned comment that says the Cycle Breaker. Okay, the Cycle Breaker Reset. I want you to have a copy. Take a copy. It is free. Subscribe for conversations on resilience, identity shifts, breaking generational patterns, and living with integrity. Okay. When you live with integrity, you walking with God. Because those not walking in integrity, they're going to tell you all this stuff and they're going to have shades on. Remember when I told you, when people put on shades on, believe, then they say, let me tell you why. Eyes are the window to the soul. And if they hide in their eyes, that means they ain't got nothing to show. They faking the fun. They listening to somebody else message, they ain't got nothing to tell you. Drop a comment. What helps you stay in divine freedom and why? Drop an emoji, a rainbow, a sunflower, a dandelion, a heart, and what it shows what causes you to surrender so you can rise with God. God is on the move. God is on the move. Let go so you can go. Everyone gets the opportunity to do their own work and see things in their own timing. Let them go. What are you seeing? It's hard when you love folks, but let them go in their own timing, because if you don't go, that timeline gonna close on you as well. Keep going. They get the opportunity to decide just like you did. Don't carry somebody else's burdens and carry their fight. Remember, 2 Peter 3:5, cast your cares on God because he cares for you. And Philippians 2:12, don't carry somebody else's stuff that is not your job. If God said cast it on me, he said those that are weary and heavy laden, come unto me and I will give you rest. So if he's telling you to come and lay down yourself, why would you carry somebody else's stuff? Don't forget to download yourself a copy of the Cycle Breaker Reset. This will save your life. Once you do the work that is there, I promise you, It'll help you open up your mind and you say, I didn't even see it like that before, to give you a different perspective. James 1:19-21 NLT. Don't allow anyone to take your power or your energy. Understand this, my dear brothers and sisters. We must all be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. Human anger doesn't produce the righteousness God desires. So get rid of all the negative thinking and humbly accept the word that God has planted in your hearts, for it has the power to save your souls. It does. Allow yourself to be protected. Verses like the Quran 17:53 and 4:148 highlight the importance of speaking kindly, avoiding slander and gossip, speaking the truth. 2:254 states that it emphasizes that it's not for creation that is under Allah to question Allah. It didn't say you couldn't question the leaders, it said Allah. It requires the believers to surrender to Allah's will, which is a message of faith and surrender. However, you always question what you don't understand, because the squeaky wheel is going to get the order. And if you don't question, you're going to be following behind somebody. They may not be what you think they are, okay? Ask questions. Don't forget to download a copy of the Cycle Breaker Reset. It will change your life forever. Do we know who we really are? It's time that we get into our studies, no matter what we're in. Pray, meditate, and find out who we really are. And be so secure that when things come to steal your joy, you bounce back quicker every time. Okay? Every time. Where it took you 6 days or 6 weeks, now it's taking you 60 seconds. Because you know who you are now. I'm still saying. You know why I'm still saying? Because it's my birthright. It's my spiritual birthright. And my blood birthright. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of all of my love. Every inch of my love. Woo! I'm worthy of a life I love. You know what? If I don't like what I'm doing and I don't like my life, I can change it at any time. Anything about my life I don't like, I can change it anytime. I don't need nobody's approval. I'm worthy of a rounded, wealthy life. That means that is my spiritual birthright. That is my abundance birthright. Woo! My life is full of abundance. What? I am worthy of the dream that is in my heart. That dream that's in my heart is coming to pass 100% because me and God are walking together in tandem. I release the timelines that are no longer for me. No issue, no harm, no foul. We are just no longer on the same timeline. I send you forward with nothing but cleansing and purifying energy towards you, and I pray that God send laborers in the field that can reach you where you at. But as far as me, my hands are clean of you, okay? No harm, no foul, no anger, no bitterness, no strife. I release the timelines that require me to shrink. If you looking for me to be shrinking, hold your breath and you gonna mess around and be in a casket because I ain't gonna be quiet. I'm gonna shine my light so bright you gonna get tired of seeing my light. Honey, you gonna be sick of me. I have a mind and I'm finna use it. And honey, I got thoughts, ideas. We gonna rock it till the wheels fall off. I'm not rushing or placing pressure on myself. I'm just open for clear communication and wisdom on my next move in stillness. Honey, when you get still and get quiet right there, God will say, like, here you go. Stillness will save your life. I walk forward lighter, clearer, and deeply supported. I am never alone. I have my angels, ancestors, and God. It's a threefold cord. It's not easily broken, honey. I'm so secure. If I'm walking by myself, I'm never alone. They will pop up on you and be like, what you doing? Okay, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Ooh, child, you ain't done nothing. Ooh, God is good and his mercy endures forever. The angels always bring me something amazing that causes my heart to light up. They did it again today. They did it again today. I was so happy. You don't even understand how happy I was when I seen them. They are just certain things you only see every once in a while, and when they let me see them, I'm so happy. I'm aware enough to pause, breathe, and sit still for the next move, or just know that I am loved in every way that love can show itself. Love has 101 million ways to show itself. Will you allow it to do it, or will you block it? People go out of their way to do me good because of the favor of God on my life. Rules, laws, regulations, and any red tape is removed from me. It is said we don't even usually do this. They just can't help it. I can't help it either. But if God say that's it, my intuition say we're done, and my ancestors say don't you go back over there. Time out. I'm done. My hands is up. I'm not going back over there. I have miracles every day, and uncommon blessings find me without me even searching for them. They just fall upon me because I am aligned. When you get aligned with God, and you start doing what God told you to do, God start throwing you stuff. You like, what's that? God said it comes with the flow. It comes with it. As you get to a certain level, I got to give you something. I said, well, say less, I receive it. I don't consent in any energy control. I am grounded, safe, and fully in control of myself. Untouchable, uncontrollable, and untamable. And fully sovereign of myself. All cords are removed from me. Okay, ain't nobody got time. Cut, snip, burn. And I sever every cord of connection. I am worthy of my dreams and everything my heart desires. Oh, if it's in here, it's coming to pass. It will come to pass. I allow clear thinking to find me without fighting for, or to fight for, or to compete for. They ain't got to take nothing that don't belong to me, because mine is tailor-made just for me, and I thank you. I am worthy of seeing all my dreams come true while seeing the light in darkness at any moment. I can see it from a different perspective. I can change my life in seconds. I saw this somewhere and I said, that's mine. I said, all things come to me in perfect, mature timing for the highest outcome and for the good of all. Because if I win, you win. If you win, I win. We're going to share. And the stuff we don't share is going in the journal. So much I wrote in there today. Lord. So money comes back to me multiplied on every dollar that was spent. Double, triple, quadruple, 100-fold on every dime that was spent, that was taken, and that was stolen, and double for my trouble instead of shame. Oh, I'm willing to open space for the things I truly want by being gentle with myself. I'm intentional with love for myself. I was loving on myself so much today. I said, some things we can't control, so just let it go. I saw this on Google, and I've been saying it, and I said, put some seasoning on it. And some hot sauce. Spirit, if it's in my highest good, I remove all energy that doesn't belong to me from my energy field, and I send it back to the rightful owner. Cleanse and purify. No matter where we originally met, universe, world, timeline, dimension, realm, space, dust, space, rock, space, worm, space. I sever the cords of connection. The lessons have been learned. And I release you to find your own way. I call all my energy fragments back to me now. I am free. I am free. I am free. I'm like Magneto in this place. Come on. I now release all energies, traumas, and patterns that are not in alignment with my highest good across all timelines and dimensions. Excuse me, confirmation bird. I am free, I am free, I am free. Excuse me, confirmation bird. Everything my ancestors left behind is mine. I receive it all. I sit in peace, but I trust the process, and I do not rush the process. Can we wait when it gets silent? Woo! That means 10 seconds time. Don't forget to get a copy of the Cycle Breaker Reset that's in the description or the first pinned comment. All right. Make sure you get a copy. It's free. I want you to have a copy to help you go forward. I'm doing speaking engagements and podcasts that bring transformation. Signature topic. I don't know why I always dance right there. I always dance in that same spot. Must be the joy on me. Helping visionaries and dreamers to reconnect, reinvent, and rise with confidence. To help them ground their dreams in the earth, to see it come out of the spirit and imagination realm, into having 5D, Ephesians 3:1, having 5D to 17D come out of the spirit realm and come into the earth realm in order to have heaven on earth. I have courses and books that teach individuals how to return to themselves. Quiet the noise is on the inside. Live boldly on their own terms. I'm holding space right now for people who feel like they're repeating cycles over and over and can't completely explain it because it's ancestral and generational. Also tackling every sacred cow of religion and how we think. The same labels, but they keep us controlled and in fear. We're opening every door. Nothing is off limits, and we're getting totally free, step by step. Write guide in the comments to gain more information. I would love for you to have this guide. Hi, my name is RenettaCheston, the owner and founder of Life Success Results LLC. Soul igniter, trauma overcomer, holistic spiritual strategist. I work with the whole being from my level of training and education, mind, spirit, soul, and body. A bachelor's and master's degree in healthcare to understand and comprehend mental and public health. If you have a public health problem, you have a mental health problem, and vice versa. Okay. Massage therapy, Reiki and sound healing, holistic practitioner, where we pull out all the impurities from the rooter to the tutor. Human design practitioner, where we go back to the beginning, pull out your purpose, then we come back and pull out all that generational baggage one by one. When I was given the task of having uncomfortable conversations with others, I knew that my path was going to be a little different. And that people will probably be a little standoffish until they get a wee bit of work on their own. But I didn't let that stop me. I became my own working project. I asked myself uncomfortable questions every day to get out of pattern, and then God said, oh, that's what we're doing. Here, I'm throwing you some over there too. I do the work every day, and it's not always pretty or easy, but I wake up to confront the areas in me, in love, that need a facelift to go forward. What will you do? Man, you look good. Lord, I had a synchronicity today. Somebody had said something, and I seen this sign when I went to the store today. I had to go get some coconut oil, and when I went to the store to go get it, then I put it as my binder for my cleansing. And so when I went to the store to see it, there was this sign that said, "Damn, you look good." I said, "I do, don't I?" And the girls that were there started laughing. They was like, "You do, girl?" I said, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of losing? Once you see that colonialism and imperialism is played everyone, either your ancestors dealt it or your ancestors felt it. You know where you land. You won't know what to do unless we're fighting each other. That's what they do. They keep us fighting each other. We date the same dude. But the dude is taking us on different sides of the town. He'll take you over here if you Asian. He'll take you here over you if you Caucasian. He'll take you here if you black, because he don't want nobody to know he was over there, because he acting like he don't like us, but he come and hang out with us every now and then, because he like that sweet chocolate. But then at the same time, he gonna hang out with the Native Americans, and he act like he don't like the red man, but he do the red women. Okay, he like a little bit of Pocahontas, but he don't act like that when you talking to him. And then he getting us fighting each other. Okay, that's how the system is getting us fighting each other. When the whole time we saying the same thing, I come up here every night and show you the same thing. And we saying the same thing. But we still fighting each other. Okay. How about we find ways to have conversation that cause us to pause, to see life differently in all areas. This will cause us to quit blaming everybody else for what's going on in our life and realize we make our own decisions. Yes, they give us suggestions. Look at you and see where you have missed it. We make our own decisions every day. We can only meet people where we are fully met ourselves. Remember that next time you say you want a real relationship. It's going to cause you to take the mask off and put it on the table and not bring your representative when you're talking to people. But pay attention to what you see, because what you see is what you see. We have many adults who were never taught how to feel safe, so they seek safety and validation from the outside of themselves and a bunch of likes because of a plethora of challenges that occurred in childhood processes. If I don't get a like, but I get at least 2 or 3 people that come and they like it and they change their life, guess what? That's what my mission is. My mission is not a whole bunch of likes. My mission is seeing people change their life. I want to see people's lives change. I don't want to see another person go to the grave and they are full of their dreams. I want them to be completely empty. That's what one of my spiritual fathers said. He's gone now. Miles Monroe used to say, leave here empty. And he sure did. He left here empty. So I asked, what emotion from your childhood pushed you in a corner and caused you to make a vow to not do a beat? This is what you said. I hate her. I hate him. They hurt me. They abused me. They did this. They did. And you know what? Everything you're saying is probably true. It is probably 100% true. The thing is, until you let go of that story and until you forgive them, it's not easy. You talking to somebody that had to do this to their whole life. It is not easy. But I knew if I didn't let go, I wasn't going anywhere. And until you let go, you are stuck in a cycle. Then you are stuck also in pulling down. You stuck in quicksand when you're trying to get out the ditch. You can't. Then you stuck in and then you stuck in cement, and you can't move until you let go. And once you let them go and let yourself go and forgive them and yourself, then you can go forward. What vows did you make? It is time to curse them to the root. This is how you denounce the vow. I denounce and renounce all vows made under duress and stress in my childhood years, because I didn't know any better. In my teenage years, because I didn't know any better. In my 20s, I didn't know any better. I curse it to the root. I call a crop failure on it now. And I thank you right now that it is cursed to the root. I loose the Christ consciousness, that love on these situations, so I can see it from a higher perspective, so I can change my mindset, so I can send laborers into the field to minister unto them. I can cut myself loose to situations, and even if I need to cut myself loose in the physical realm, I am willing to do so, because nobody deserves to be treated like crap from nobody. Do you hear me? It is better to walk by yourself than be treated like a piece of boo-boo on the side of the street. See, the vows we all made is playing out on the big stage. While we get to protest and rah, rah, rah and speak our minds, are you helping that little girl and that little boy on the inside here, the one that's in the basement? I got something to tell you. That shadow that walks beside you, the shadow is part of you. It has something to tell you. Don't sit. And you know what happens? We push that little girl, the little boy in the basement. Why? Because it wasn't safe to show I was emotions. It wasn't safe to show I'm hurting. It wasn't safe to show I need time to take a rest break. It wasn't safe, so you just kept going and you just kept going. And that's why everybody is just totally exhausted. I'm being commissioned to aid in the process by sharing how I overcame everything to keep me from coming into my true identity. I had to believe in myself first. And God. See, God is on the inside of me. But first I had to find me before I can find God. Why is that setting me off? Why am I doing this? Why is that word setting me off? Why do I want to punch her in her face? What is setting me off like this? Because it's not them. It is the spirit in them. And if I don't have anything for that spirit to attach to, I don't have anything where they can control me with. You see what I'm saying? See, we're taught God is on the outside of us in the great by and by, but God is on the inside of us waiting to be tagged into our battles. 2 Corinthians 10 and Ephesians 6 says we're fighting principalities, rulers of the darkness, and spiritual wickedness in high places. This is that negative thinking that's gone on for so long in society, but it's the norm. You hate a person because of their color? You don't hate them because of that. That's that entity that's connected to you because of your lineage. When are you going to break it off your lineages? You can do what you want to do. This is your life. You can stay exactly how you are. I am not here to beat you up. I'm not here for none of that. I'm just asking questions. What you gonna do? Child. Because you're making the word of God and every sacred text of no effect. And that's why they're not seeing any power in the mosque. They're not seeing any power in the cathedrals. They're not seeing any power in the churches, because you're not making the word of God of no effect, because you're using your tradition. You're putting what you think it should be in front of what God said. Let that go. This is what every ascended master had to fight against. The mindsets of us who complain but don't want to do the work because you stuck in your tradition of doing it instead of how they stay doing it. Or you don't know how to do it, and it causes a dip in morale that most can't get out because it's ancestral and generation. It's a constant spiral, and you stay in there until you decide to get out. So to get out, it requires you to get uncomfortable. And who wants to do that? Oh, I have a headache. Oh, let me pop something. Instead of just going outside and going ahead and get you some of those, them clovers and put them in the congealer. And then you screech them down. And then you put them inside the strainer. And then you pour them through there. You let the water strain, and then you drink that, and you allow that to heal you, because that is full of potassium. It is full of vitamin D. It's full of magnesium. It's full of everything that you need. And then stop what's going on. But that's up to you. You do what's right for you, because I can't make you do nothing. and get past the plateau of complacency or complicitness, I don't know what to do. You just made a decision. Or this is the way I've always done it. You just made a decision. So that means you're probably going to stay the way you are. And guess what? When are we going to respect each other? That's outside of my scope of influence. Yes, we know the FBAs was here first. We also know that everybody's life is important. What are you willing to bring to life? What do you believe? Just that. Start right there. What do you believe? It's time to operate in it. All holds barred. It's time to operate in it. You can change the world with that one thing that you believe in that lights you up. Fight for your dream while hurting none. God said you can be whatever you want, don't you hurt yourself or nobody else. We've learned a lot since 2020 all the way to 2026. Everything that you said was a conspiracy theory, now you see it's the truth. Nothing was a lie. What you gonna do about that? Do what is right for you. No one lives your life with you. No one. Be sovereign, not controlled. Think for yourself. If you protect those that can't and don't know how to protect themselves, the elderly and the children, okay, do so by any means necessary. Bring your dream to life no matter what you see in front of you, and may the force be with you as you go, and the power of God be in your heart as you move. Trust God and keep it moving. There are some freebies and a link from the podcast with the Women's Leveling Up, Blue Talks, and Unchurched, as well as magazines I was in September, October, December, January, February I was on a magazine cover, and March. Now it's January. Ain't that something? Now it's April. Look at the description below to find the things that truly light you up and leave everything else behind. Who is my birthday one? Hey, I'm getting... Okay, I can't wait to talk to you soon. Remember, I placed my link to my bookstore. My books incorporate the essence of God. If you want to feel the presence of God, read In the Garden with the Father, Understanding True Intimacy. No matter what your background. Do you hear me? Honey, let's read a little bit of excerpt of this. Page 59. I'm leading and guiding you even though you don't see what I'm doing. Stay focused on the Word of God, or whatever your sacred text is, and my presence. Watch what I do. Many are watching. Keep going and follow my voice. Keep going. Don't you stop. And then the other two books, Befriending the Shadow, Unshakable Peace, Unstoppable Change. Those are shadow activity books because I didn't see any on the format. And I said, well, let's get it. And God said, well, say let's get it. And I said, okay then. Okay, because I see a bunch of shadow workbooks, but there's nothing to show you how to have fun. And this whole process, I've been using my inner child and my inner teenager. So I said, I'm finna have fun. So we're going to have a new product out here, okay? So it's a word of knowledge, just like that. And then it's exercise. You're going to get 3 scavenger hunts, just in case you find yourself in isolation. So you can have a whole bunch of fun by yourself. Enjoy yourself, okay? Number 3, you're going to get a shadow question. You can't run from your shadow because it's right in your face, so it's right there. Okay, you can't get no way out of your shadow. Number 4 is the color page. God asked me to keep it between the age of 5 and 10 because most childhood wounding happens between the age of 5 and 10. By the age of 7, it is solidified. By the age of 10, if nobody came to assist, it is strictly in your system. By the age of 21 and 25, it is now your responsibility to walk out because because now you're acting like an adult and you're acting like one. So now we got to treat you like one. We're trying to tell you what to do to save yourself, but you want to do it how you want to do it because you think you know everything. So as parents and as guardians, we got to throw our hands up and let you run into the brick wall at least 16, 15 million times because that's the way you learn. Okay. That's how we learn. That's how we were trying to help you, but you don't want to listen. Number 5, the 5th thing we get is 4 pages of drawing, doodle, sketching, writing, your dreams, your visions. Why? Because the closer you get to God, the more you start having experiences you cannot explain. And somebody will be with you. And they're like, what you done to me? And you said, I ain't done nothing. It's called a synchronicity. And God is trying to get our attention. Talking about, oh, I ain't see nothing. Whenever you say something about God, people say they ain't see nothing. You know what? Go ahead and let them be. Don't spend no more time with them, okay? Let them figure it out on their own. Let them fall in the ditch. They'll figure it out. By the time they figure it out, you'll be gone. These are my books already on the New York Times bestseller list. Mindset Matters with Jack Canfield. and Influence and Impact with Chris Voss. You can pick up these books anywhere books are sold. My books can be picked up anywhere on Barnes and Nobles and Amazon. Okay. Again, no matter what your background, because God don't care. God know everything about you in the booth in the back of the dark. God is in your heart. He know everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, God is with you. Whoever you call God know everything that you done, and God still loves you. When you fall down, just get on back up. God got you. It don't matter. Notebooks and journals for all coloring books to help in meditating and recalibrating the mind. I am excited about the venture because I got a plethora of stuff on Amazon, but on my store shows you how to walk away and get up out of this system with the demiers and this system and everybody that was in your past, how to walk away with them with a clean heart and how to stay connected to whomever you call God. Don't forget this the link for the 105 spiritual laws that govern the earth. Remember this. Yes, it's 105 spiritual laws that govern the earth. But if you stay in the laws, you will lose your life because the demiers and the system and anybody else that's coming in around behind you that you said is that is the enemy in your mind, guess what? They are looking for you to stay in the law. The minute you get into the spirit realm, whoever you want to use, Jesus, Buddha, Hecate, the Orishas, whoever you want to use, Kali Ma, Hare Krishna, whoever you want to use them. Okay? First of all, I use Jesus. That's who I'm with. You choose who you want. I don't judge you. Don't judge me. And if you do, judge your mama. I love you though. So the disciples asked Jesus, how many times shall I forgive my brother? 7 times. Jesus said no. 7 times 70. That's 490 times for the same indiscretion. And it feels like that because they said new level, new devil. That's a lie. It's a new level. Same thing. It's just on a different perspective. So it's going to allow you to see it from all different perspectives so you don't get played out here in these spiritual streets. So God is so good. I thank you, God. So then Jesus breaks it down. He said, the Lord's Prayer, forgive me of my debts as I forgive my debtors. So when you saw when Judas betrayed Jesus, did you see him anymore? So you put up Judas over here. When you put up this first Judas, you have 6 to 9 other Judases on this realm. When you put this one up, everybody gonna have a gas face. Then after you had a gas face, some people gonna be like, I like your shoes, I like your dress, and they didn't have nothing to do with you when you first came. Ignore them. Keep moving. It's you and God, whoever you call God. Then I break it down like this, you do however you want to. God, I repent. I was following with what everybody did. It was monkey see, monkey do. That's how it was when I came out the womb. I was following what my ancestors did. Everybody in my line, I was following them. Then I was following what everybody else was doing in the world. And everybody falling into the ditch and off the cliff. I'm tired of that. You said if everybody roll off the cliff, would I do it? I said, I'm tired of it. I ain't doing it no more. My hand is in your hand, God. Wherever we going, we going. I changed my mind. And then I forgive them. Let me tell you why I forgive them. I was surviving and out here in the survival mode. So I know they in survival mode. So guess what? I released them. But also, guess what? They ain't in my life no more. So they are cut off. They can't even see. They can see me, but they can't communicate with me no more. Done. Out of here. Cut them off. Done. Next. I send nothing but cleansing and purifying energy to them. So as they go along their way, they can hear the voice of God and the voice of a stranger they will not hear. And I just thank you, God, that I'm going forward because if I don't forgive them, I'm stuck in quicksand or I'm stuck in cement and now the demiurge that runs this realm, as well as the system, as well as the people that we call enemies in our head, they can get a hold of us because now we in unforgiveness. As long as we stay there, everything can get a hold of us. You let that go, you are uncontrollable, untamable, and unstoppable. Boom. Don't forget to sign up for the newsletter for the juicy updates and the upcoming events. Oh, you don't want to miss nothing that's coming. All right. And don't forget to get a copy of the Adjective and the 400 Values PDF because this ain't nothing but a simulation. This is a Sims game. Okay? It is a Sims game. And guess what? If you get taken out of this game, you are out. So be careful and pay attention to what God is telling you to do. Boop. I was inducted into the new class of Who's Who of 2025, Influential Women of 2025, and Women's Worldwide. Honey, let me tell you, look what I received in 2017 for the work I was doing with my nonprofit, Refuge Women's Transition Center. They say I was bringing women and teenage girls out of sex trafficking. Then I was helping young girls that came out and said they was LGBTQAI and pregnant. They family said, you got to get up out of here. They were finna throw them out. I said, no, give them to me. I know what to do. So when they came to me, I said, okay, do you want to go to the teen center where you're safe? Or do you want to come to my building where you're safe? Now, a lot of them said they wanted to go to the teen center. They were safe over there. It's really safe over there. And then it was safe with me as well. I ain't going to put nobody nowhere that it ain't safe. And next, I was helping domestic violence victims. And we lost 2. And you know the funny thing with domestic violence, I didn't realize this when I got involved. But when I got involved, I didn't realize I was going to be dealing with doctors, lawyers, confirmation bird, judges. Okay, I had no idea. They don't look like the face of domestic violence because their faces are bruised. They're not hurt, but they're sleeping in their vehicles because they have made a decision. They would rather sleep in their vehicle and go to a fast food restaurant and make up their face and wash up and everything in that bathroom before they stay another night in that house with someone with narcissistic activity in them to tear them down. And so I was assisting them as well, making sure that they were safe. Honey, we lost them 2 women and they was in the hospital and I said, I can't let you back because you keep going back. I can't it's one of my boundaries. You cannot come back. I'm sorry. And so I thought they was going to go to another one, but they went back again. And they ended up losing their life. And I felt bad, but at the same time, boundaries are boundaries. I went to the home going, but boundaries are boundaries. Next, I was helping people that lost everything in house fires and floods. And because people knew I had a nonprofit, it was giving to me everything all the time. I had everything you could think of. House stuff, hot combs, everything that you could think of. I was cleaning up real good and had that stuff, that barbiturial stuff, you know, that pink stuff and blue stuff they use in their beauty in the barbershop. I was cleaning this stuff up, child, because I was like, you just can't go to anybody. I was treating it like it was coming to me. Child. So people would come, I said, how many rooms you need? They told me, I said, on the take what you need, more people are coming. Then I gave them I gave them toiletries, and I gave them fingernail polish and fingernail polish remover to assist the women into the fact of coming out of shock. Because when women start planning, it is out of control. Ain't nothing like a woman that's in control of her mind. She can plan and ain't nothing that can stop her. So, honey, they would come out of shock and get into a parasympathetic system so they could paint their nails. Now they can come up with a plan. Now they can say where they going next. And if they working together with the husband and the wife working together, oh, they ain't nothing to be stopped. That's why it says to work together as a team. Because if you ever get bitter with each other or get into unforgiveness, your prayers will not be heard from God until y'all get that thing together. Okay. Next, that's for somebody, because that usually is not in my spiel. That's for somebody. Somebody needs to hear that. Okay? Get your heart together with God so you can keep receiving from God. Okay? Next, I was helping out families that needed help for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I was putting posts on social media saying, my nonprofit is looking to assist people for Thanksgiving. We would love to assist you. And a young lady reached out and I said, I'm glad. Not because she needed help, but because I wanted to help. And I found out what she needed and I went to honey baked ham, my go-to, my budget, and $150 worth of groceries. So while she was looking for another job, she did not have to be famished or stressed out how to feed the children. Okay, ain't no time to be stressed out doing that. Next, I found out about families that needed help for Christmas. So I find out what they needed. I did the same thing. Honey baked ham, my go-to, $150 worth of groceries. And then on top of that, I made sure they received 2 gifts each per child. It was important to me that the children were taken care of. Okay, even though we know what Christmas is and we know all of that, all right? And they was received 2 gifts each, and I gave it to the families so they could wrap it, and I gave them wrapping paper and everything just in case they didn't have the funds for that. And the last people I assisted was I sent 2 women to therapy for 3 to 6 months. I sent them to therapy for 3 to 6 months, and I also gave them $150 or $250 worth of groceries. Why? Because it was important while they was in the therapy that while they was in it, they didn't have to be concerned because they were single moms. They didn't have to be concerned about putting food on the table or how I'm going to do this or how I'm going to do that. That was the whole purpose of this thing. And I was helping out so many other people. People needed help with car notes and stuff like that. It was like maybe $50 here, $100 here. But I assisted them, and they was high-ranking people in the society. And I thought maybe they were going to turn around and become donors They ain't do nothing. They just took and then bring them back to me. That's okay. I cut them off. I ain't dealing with them. Ain't nobody got time for that. You know, some of them I still dealt with them for a minute. And I said, what am I doing over here? You ain't giving me numbers. You keep taking. Child, let me tell you. God said, don't worry about it. He said, what you do in private, I reward you in public. Because see, everybody else was doing work with their non-profits. And they was like, look at me, look at me. God said, you don't have to showboat like that. There will come a time, whatever you do in private, I will reward you in public. That's how I was getting all these awards and stuff. Okay, stuff was just coming. I was getting accolades, but it wasn't coming from my peers. It was coming from other places. People that really, I don't mean no harm peers, but it was people that really matter. People with the gusto that can change something in my life. Child, next thing, after I was assisting them, God said, keep it moving, and I did. Honey, God is faithful, and I'm thankful for everything. When God said keep it moving, keep it moving. Honey, I'm thankful for everything. Look at the link to receive 25% off your first order. This is the company that I use along with All Natural Remedies for the assistance that I was given during a diagnosis in 2017 of breast cancer. They said I had 6 months to live. I said, the devil is a lie. I ain't going nowhere. The doctor said, don't you see it? I said, I see it. I use that stuff on my backyard that I tell you about all the time. I use that stuff on my backyard and my ancestors told me about. I sure did when I didn't. Them doctors said, don't you see it? I said, I see it. But if I agree with it, I am gone. And I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying here because I'm staying here. So then I told him, I said, I'm the head and not the tail. I'm above and not beneath. I'm the heel, protecting my health from sickness and disease. I said, I'm out of debt. My needs are met. I have plenty more than put in store. I owe no man nothing but to love them. And, honey, I was putting everything out because it shocked me what they had to say. Child, I pulled myself together, said, not I, said the cat. Child, I said, I bind up every disease, every germ, every bacteria, every growth, every tumor, every parasite, and I curse it to the root, and I send it back to the pit of hell, and I loose the blood of Jesus, and I loose the hand of God, and I take full responsibility for what I ate. Yeah, I ate the food, but I didn't know that in this food that I was eating, they was putting paint thinner in the cereal. That's why our children sit here with brain cancer and leukemia and lymphoma and all that stuff. If we can't break it down and we get sick, what you think that happened to the children? They frontal lobe cortex ain't even together until they turn 21. I'm just saying, think about that for a second. If it's hurting us, think about what it's doing to them. And we sitting here with a leaky gut syndrome, and we sitting here with all this stuff, and we fixing all this stuff. Then if we go to the doctor, they're giving us more medicine, and now it messes up our liver and our kidneys. Honey, it is best to see what's in your backyard. Just, I'm going to break it down to you, honey. I'm going to break it down to you in a minute. Child, I left them. I went home. And, glory be to God. And I was talking to God, and God said, pull that naturopath. The doctor pulled it. And I pulled everything the doctor said he ever said about being alkaline. I put them on a list together. And, my naturopath, the doctor said, that's great. But 5 things on each side got to come off. I said, well, say less. I got a whole bunch of stuff to work with. Let's go. So then my ancestor said, go outside, get that dandelion. Everything I'm finna tell you, you can eat from the rooter to the tutor, all the way down to the roots. And the roots can be cooked on the stove. Just make sure you have a cast iron pan. They do better with a cast iron, okay? The roots can be cooked on a cast iron stove. And let me tell you something. Once you cook them on the cast iron, then you can put them in the grinder or the food processor. And they become like fine tea, or you can use them as coffee, and then you can put them in your teeth. And, and then that dandelion, and then that morning glory can be smoked too, just in case you smoke weed and you running out of weed money. I'm just saying, just go out and get that and dry it up. And that wild scallions is called wild scallions because they smell like onion, so it is an onion. And then it's poke salad. Poke salad look like lettuce and cilantro had a baby together, and it's already around the edge. Let me tell you something. Our ancestors ate this because they didn't have no choice, honey. They ate this because they had no choice. It was during the depression. You don't think I'm gonna put this in my body? I did. And honey, I found out that zucchini, squash, and red onions are cancer fight agents. Put that on top up there. And I found out that avocado and wild caught salmon is vitamin D. Then I messed around and found out that the clothes in the back, you're the ones that we looking at trying to find the clothing flower for the look. Honey, those things, the same things as sprouts. The same thing, child. But guess what they got? They got potassium. They got the folate we need as women. Okay, so you can go back foraging and get that. They got the folate we need. that'll keep us, like, so when we dealing with stuff for menopause and premenopause, that's what folate is. It gives us what we need. And then it's, okay, so it's potassium, vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, and it also has folate. Child, it got everything we need. So it has the iron we need too. Child, while we taking the iron tablets when the doctors getting us constipated, we can sit up here and be taking, go out there and get them clovers. Honey, you ain't ready for me. And you can eat everything from the root and everything. Them roots can be cooked and put into a tea bag. Child, I bought them tea bags. There's some tea bags you can buy from Amazon. Child, to save your life. Look on Amazon. They look like, I ain't got one over here. I ain't got one over here. But they look like regular tea bags. Child, get you some. It's been saving my life that I've been drinking my tea in the morning. Been saving my life. So I don't have all that stuff because I got a texture thing, and if it's touching my lip, I flip out. So yeah. So honey, I thank God for it all. Let me tell you, God is good and His mercy endure forever. God told us this. Woo! I thank you, God, for loving me, for keeping me, for holding me, for taking care of me and carrying me on the days I couldn't carry myself. God, I thank you for it all. And guess what, y'all? I could have been sitting in a corner with no God. Woo, sucking on my thumb in a fetal position. Because if I wouldn't have listened to God, God would have left me in that corner by myself. That's why it's important that you listen to your spirit, guys, or they will walk away from you. Don't. I said, God, don't give up on me. Yet I am listening. Woo! God, don't give up on me yet. Woo! Thank you. That one got chill bumps. Think about that. You don't want God to give up on you. Stay focused. Woo! Got chill bumps. My whole body just went into chills. I just gotta rock for a minute. Give me a moment. This was me. And then they said, you disenfranchised and you the minority. No, we not. They are. By 2 more years, they won't even be here. If we keep doing the rate we doing, and they people keep married in 2 hours, they ain't gonna be here no more. That's why they tripping. Why you think they fighting the way they fighting right now? And acting the way they acting. Sorry if you hear any noise. They are doing construction. It was hot all day, but so now they do stuff at night. So just in case you hear it. Okay, let me tell you. And then they said, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And we did, and they came and took the bootstraps. Do you think we stopped? Go look at the videos from 1940 all the way up to 1960. They were walking around barefooted. Because what you not going to do is tell the FBA that they can't do it. We was here before you. You are a visitor, honey. Sit down. Take several seats while you came here and talk about this our country. If you don't, you were immigrant yourself. You came from Europe. Sit down. So honey, I ain't mad at you. I'm just telling the truth. And the truth hurts sometimes. So honey, God told us go over there and get that bamboo. And when you take out that bear and that venison, go ahead and make you some shoes. I got you. We did it. They said, wait a minute. He took away everything and you still going, honey. That's why they don't want y'all talking to us. Because we will show you how to do resistance. It says, trust God with all your heart and your mind and resist the demiurge, the devil, with everything. Okay. Because when you resist, the system can't stand it. That's why they don't want y'all talking to us. Because the FBAs was here first. And when we start resisting, they get mad. That's why they've been trying to get us to get up. We just like, ain't nobody got time for that. We know how this is. You get us to get up and we fussing and fighting, and then ain't nobody, you figure it out. Get somebody else to do it. Okay. Honey. And then when they were just, and we playing spades, trump, Uno, and chess with the raggediest hand. But God is in our ear. Telling us what to do, and we winning 100%. And I ain't backing down. I'm going forward. Child, let me tell you. I thank you for being here because you could have been anywhere in the world. But you decided to be here, honey. Even if you don't even put a light down there. If you get the cycle breaker reset. If you get that workbook, honey, and you go on with your life, let me tell you something. I'm thankful for that. My thing ain't about a whole bunch of likes and all of that stuff, because that don't mean nothing. I want to make sure that I am fulfilling the purpose that God has asked me here for. I fulfill my purpose every night I get up here. That's all I care about. I send nothing but cleansing and purifying energy to you. And I pray that you hear the voice of God and the voice of a stranger. You do not listen. I send you forth in power as you keep going. And I release nothing but love upon you. Whoo! You have a great evening. I love you in the love of the Lord. Good night. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and share this with your family. All right? Love you.